Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we are back to Galciv 4. We are playing an in-depth tutorial. So we left off with a couple things going on. A lot of trade ships heading out everywhere. We may have built more than we had trade licenses for, but as they arrive, we will take a look here at our trade routes and just see us make money. But it's probably going to be another couple of turns till they've kind of landed at their I feel like we've sent a dang trade ship to almost every other planet at this point. We have unlocked a huge number of anomalies. You can see they're scattered everywhere. We just got that recently, and I think the most exciting thing was a new nice planet was revealed to us, Alula Borealis 1. So let's jump in there. And we did already assign a governor. Carolyn Azen is the governor. She's sitting at 78% loyalty, which is very nice because it really helps make the colonists happier right off the bat. They like a loyal governor. You can see that's giving a fat plus 14% right there. So yeah, we're sitting at a nice 96% approval since there's only one guy here, Onem Erad. He's quite happy with the situation. He's a smart guy. Actually has really amazing stats. Plus 10 intelligence, plus 8 social, plus 8 diligence, plus 7 resolve. Holy crud. That guy's impressive. I honestly, though, would like him to be a worker for the time being. Let's click on that and look at all these options. We could do soldier, entertainer, farmer, entrepreneur, scientist, and worker. But yeah, I want worker for the time being. You can see that gives us a big jump up to manufacturing right there. He is himself generating 1.6 manufacturing just because we have a whole brand new world to get established. But this is very exciting. Look at all these fantastic buildings we can lay out. We're going to get our shipyard done. We have quite a few terraforming tiles to get filled in. And in general, this is a really nice world. Take a look at this. We have +3 to food, which is okay. But a big, crap. That's a +3 to food. I was hoping that would be +3 to population. So we have +6 to food on this world? That's not that useful. +3 to research at the Thriving Reef. An additional +3 at this Ancient Wonder. And a +3 military at the Unstable Materials. I guess they mean unstable as in explosive, if it's for military science. Do we have any population? That's food. That's manufacturing. Oh my gosh. All right, here, let's grab our capital core world. We have not a single pop improvement anywhere. That is so disappointing. You are disappointing me so much right now. Oh my gosh. All right, well, crap. Let's put it right here. Let's dump it in right here. We'll get the +1 adjacency bonuses for these science tiles. And yeah, let's perhaps make this a science world, right? Why not? I mean, we've got additional science spots as well as these 2 really good spots. So let's get our production up and going as quickly as possible. So that would be something like a planetary generator right off the bat. It's going to give us a nice +1 to manufacturing, so we'll snatch that up. I see almost no manufacturing bonuses in this world. This is pretty rough. But let's dump it off to the side here. Let's dump it over here because we can put our starport on top of that when the time comes. We can't build it yet because we don't have a shipyard yet. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go planetary generator. We're going to go supply depot. We'll put it right there. We're going to build the shipyard, and when those are done, we will put our spaceport right here. At that point, our production should be sitting pretty fat, and we will start building out research around the planetary capital. So I think that's enough to get them started for the time being. We'll hit done, and we'll run the clock forward here, folks. What do we got? Let's take a look at our vault. What do we have in there? Extra hit points for fleet, spawn an overlord ship, or +50 research. Sure, let's use it right now. There you go. Theoretically, it'll help fill up this bar. But to be honest, I think our technologies are coming in at between 300 and 400 research. So +50 is almost nothing at this point in the game, unfortunately. Here's an event, though. The TS Explorer has a survey report, bad directions. We found a civilian ship one not markedly different from any other civilian vessel that litter the galaxy, though fewer as off course as this one. The aliens are poorly equipped, and if they are to survive the journey, will be unlikely to make it home safely. After calming the confused wails of the aliens inside, it becomes clear they were seeking to travel to the Torians to partake in a festival there. They're wondering if we can help them get back on course. We have three options: help them get on their way. So this would be a +1 relation with the Torians for 50 months and +50 diplomatic capital. Diplomatic capital is just kind of a negotiation credit to sweeten a deal when you're trying to, nudge an extra resource out of a trade. We can send them to one of our festivals, plus 25% tourism to all our worlds for 10 months, or we can send them home for their own safety. That adds to our pacifism, cultural awareness, which isn't bad. You know what I really like? I like the tourism. I like tourism. So, plus 25%. There we go. That popped that up. Oh, crap. I didn't pay attention. Well, quite a bit, I would say. Here's something that was pointed out to me recently. The more influence we gain, the more hexes of this sector of the galaxy become ours. The more of these hexagons flip blue, right? So ultimately, the tourism for our entire civilization is based off of the number of these blue hexes there are. So the more we squeeze out the Torians, the more we can gain tourism. So in general, increasing influence helps increase our Zoc. The bigger our Zoc is, the more credits we gain from tourism. So it's kind of a roundabout way of just saying we get a lot more credits the more tourism we have. But I feel like in general, we are doing a decent job of pushing back on Torian space. And you can see here, in fact, the Titus worlds are well within our Zoc right now. Although, again, the Torians are very good at resisting. The rebellion is slowly progressing on these worlds. Dear Lord, I wish it would go faster. So, close that down. Let's run the clock forward here. That I say that about Stellaris. There's not really a clock on this game. But the Taurus fleet has just finished up something. Where are you, Taurus fleet? Right here. All right. We have an improvement to make on the Explorer. She's a small ship, but what can we do with her? I don't want to waste a stealth field on such a tiny ship. Let's reinforce her hull, though, and get her some extra hit points. We'll hit upgrade. There you go. That gave her a nice big bump up. And let's choose a new task for them. Let's jump them into researching this capsule here. There are a lot of anomalies we need to research at this point. We have another ship idle. This is a constructor. Where are you at? Where's the constructor? There she is. Okay. I'm thinking with these constructors, we want to potentially build economic stations. So there's the Kratos station. Who else would benefit? Iconia only really has the one world. Earth kind of just has Earth. I would say realistically, Alula Borealis has 3 worlds. Oh, crap. Where are you going? Okay, no. You are going to just drop right in about there. So we're going to send that constructor off to essentially build an economic base at Alula Borealis to support those 3 worlds. That will be a good deal for us, and let's run the turn forward. I see our little ship scuttling everywhere, and I want to watch this line. Let's see the line move here. Navigator's turn going right now. And there we go. It jumped about a quarter of a hex, so yeah, we're pushing back. Here's the next technology, Colonial Capital Refit. The capitals of our colonies are makeshift by nature, built on the fly to meet the varying demands of rapidly growing populace. But by a certain point, they inevitably need to be refitted to bring them up to modern standards. This project will do just that. So this is one of those odd technologies where you get no unlocks. It didn't get us anything. So I don't know what that means. I've expressed frustrations with Stardock. Why give me fluff? You give me a paragraph of nothing, and you just tell me it gives me 5% more pop cap. Anything. Just tell me anything about what this does. But as far as I can tell, it does nothing, and that sucks. I'm not happy about that, but let's choose a new technology. We have a couple of one-turn options. Energy shields, sure. More powerful warships. Biomass resequencers, yeah, that's right. You take your excrement and you turn it into tomorrow's breakfast. There's a plus 10% to food. We don't really need that because we're fat on food production right now. What else do we have over here? Mining missions? No, we will never do mining missions. We will never do mining missions. Yeah, let's take the shield energy. There you go. Boom. We'll have that done in a turn. A couple new items popping up in the Galactic Bazaar. Harmony crystals, nano precursors, and Epimetheus pollen. The only problem is we have very little credits. We're kind of broke as a joke right now. And I don't know that we need anything. Let's just look at our resources. Illyrium's at 12. Durandium's at 17. Amat 16. Promethean 26. Thulium 8. Yeah, we're sitting pretty good with this stuff. I almost think we could probably sell off some Promethean, to be really quite honest. That's a good rate, 56. Let's liquidate 6 of those and maybe grab a couple Harmony crystals just to have them in the piggy bank, folks. Now, I do wonder if, let's just jump into a new world like Alula Borealis 1. Are there any, here we go, double click. Are there any galactic achievements, buildings? No, colony, civ, colony, civ, colony, 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 and colony. So it doesn't look like there are currently any galactic achievement buildings to work on. So I'm not going to worry about any more resources. Let's push our idle ships forward. And I want to send these supply ships straight to Alula Borealis 1 to help speed along, like kind of kickstart that world, get them going. We have a trade offer coming in from the Festron. This is Gnar Nightbringer, I would say so. They want to open borders in... Wait. We give them 70 credits and they open their borders to us? Reject. I don't need borders with you. I don't care. Goodbye. I'm not going to negotiate with those egg-laying xenomorphs. They are monsters. What do we got here? Ship idle. Right here. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, we set this constructor out a while ago, didn't we? Look, we have a starbase right here that is harvesting this control. That's fantastic. And we have a new constructor right here because I guess what we want to do is we want to make this a cultural starbase because we want to start pushing our influence into the Navigators, the Festron, and the Altarians here. So let's see here. Do we have a little bit of movement left? Yeah, let's snug them right in. Snug them in a little more. There we go. That's as far into their territory. And we're going to make a communication starbase. We'll say yes. We've only got 3 modules. Crap, we got to get a lot more modules built up. But here we go. The superior module for us is the cultural forum at a plus 15 growth and a plus 15% growth. We'll build the module, followed by an information hub at another 15, followed by interstellar exchange at another 15. Now, granted, those are hitting us with big maintenance costs of 1 a pop, but it's going to be well worth it, and we have the overhead to absorb that. But we need more modules. We need so many more. So let's just look over here. I see modules production at the Forge. Lula Borealis has modules. Kratos has modules. So yeah, we're getting them, but we just simply can't get a hold of them fast enough. We have so much need for modules right now. And then this is a little constructor. Do we have more than one of those? No, that's a supply ship. So sorry, why did this constructor stop here? I thought they were going here. Or is there another constructor I'm not seeing? No, that was it. That's weird. That's the constructor we're going to use for the economic base in Alula. Here's our energy shields technology. While earlier models deflected incoming energy with precisely timed counterblasts, our latest deflector systems are capable of projecting entire shields around our vessel, forming the classic ship-in-a-bubble effect we long envisioned. That's right, we've all watched Star Trek. We know what it's supposed to look like. This is going to give us a barrier-filled equipment to put on our ships, as well as advanced barrier shields. So this is interesting. We gained 2 technologies. What's the difference here? Okay, this one takes 1 Illyrium. This one takes no special resource. Okay, this one takes up 3 mass or space, if you want to call it that, on a ship, whereas this one only takes up 2 mass. So this is a smaller shield generator, but it does take an Illyrium. Okay, the manufacturing cost on this smaller one is 12, where the manufacturing cost on the barrier shield is also 12. Finally, the barrier field has a shield strength of 18, whereas the advanced barrier field has a shield strength of 9.6. And this is, I've never really gotten into ship design. But to me, dropping 1 from the mass, I guess if we were to try and squeeze that onto one of our tiny ships, like one of our fighters, I don't know, where mass is that much of a rarity that losing 1 mass is the difference between having the shields or not. But I don't understand why advanced barrier fields is more advanced than barrier fields, because barrier fields is more powerful. It's just a weird trade-off. Ultimately, I would see putting both of them onto a ship, I guess. So a total of 5 mass and 1 Illyrium for a total of 24 manufacturing, and you get a combined 18 plus 10 for 28, I suppose. Okay, I guess that's how you do it. In lieu of just putting on 2 barrier fields. I would take the more shield strength. To me, 1 extra mass is not worth losing literally 40% of your shield strength. Right? That's a massive loss, massive detriment. But whatever. In general, though, all of the shields we currently have are improved by 10%, and that's nice. I like that. So let's choose a new technology. I see we have some planetary invasion tech. Right? This allows the construction of invasion transports, which are vital for invading core worlds. So rather than using siege ships, imagine a siege ship is functionally bombarding. It's planetary bombardment from orbit. That's what a siege ship is. Whereas a transport is going to have soldiers. We're going to drop pods. Think Starship Troopers, think Alien dropship, right? In the pipe 5x5 kind of shit. You're going to send down troops. They're going to conquer a planet much more quickly than planetary bombardment could do the same job. So in that sense, it's not a bad thing, but we're not really at war. We're kind of trying to culture flip for right now. Although, if we wanted to be more aggressive in our gameplay and wrap up the game faster, it wouldn't be a bad choice. So maybe in that sense, it's worth looking into. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do planetary invasion. We'll have it in 1 turn. Maybe it is time for us to start conquering the enemies. We have such an advantage over pretty much all the other Xenos here in pretty much every capacity. Yeah, maybe it's worth just whooping their butts, militarily speaking. So we'll look into that. I want to check executive orders real quickly. Get more work done at the target shipyard. I'm not worried about that. What about this? Security is more important than private ownership. This will provide 3 free defenders. So we can take a hit to approval and gain 3 warships functionally. I'm not too worried about any of this for now. We'll let that sit. We'll build up more command points. Ship idle. Here's a second supply ship popping out. We're going to send it on to Alula Borealis 1 right there. And we have more idle ships. Another supply ship. Yeah, send them on as well. All these ships are going to be going to Alula for the time being. None of our planets are working on particularly large projects. Planetary generator, planetary recycling, habitat improvement, terraforming, planetary recycling, housing districts. Kratos 2 does have the infinite garden. Yeah, I probably should help them. Maybe the next supply ship that pops out will drop in, try and get that infinite garden done a little bit sooner rather than later. We have another idle ship, which is right here. We will fly them into Alula Borealis. And there we go. Planetary generator is going to wrap promptly. And here's another supply ship at Iconia. Actually, I'm going to send them down to Kratos too. There you go. There's your supplies coming in hot. We'll advance our turn. Before we can do that, I see we have another ship idle. And who is that? This is the constructor. Perfect. We want to make sure that they're centered roughly between Alila Borealis 3, 1, and 2. That's 1, 2, 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's shift them over one more. There we go. Build, economic, starbase, construct the starbase. And, well, for the time being, it's going to give us +5 on manufacturing, +5 on influence to these 3 worlds. Fantastic. But we need modules. My lord, we need modules so desperately. we need a lot more modules. Okay, planetary invasion research completed. Invading another planet is a complicated business requiring well-trained troops, dedicated equipment, and no small amount of good fortune. We should focus our efforts towards achieving as much of this as possible. So we get the transport ship design. It's essentially the hull size is cargo, is the category, so I guess large. Class is Invader. 18 moves, very fast ships we have. Sensor range, yeah. Construction cost 125. It's pretty expensive. It's a large but fragile ship packed with troops and vehicles built to invade unfriendly planets. Fantastic. There's your troop module. No, one interesting thing I must say that Stardock has done, this is a big compliment, is apparently you can mix and match these modules for sieging, for transporting troops, for colonizing, moving faster, shields. You can make ships that can do multiple things. So you could take potentially maybe a transport module and put it on a warship. So not only does that ship have the ability to drop troops on a planet, but theoretically it could also hold up in a fight. It could have more shielding. So again, I think at some point in the future we will RP a militaristic Xeno species where we will get into ship design, making warships, specializing them. But and I'm going to do that probably with the Warlords DLC. I'm going to make that purchase here. I do love Galciv 4, so I'll put the money in. They've certainly earned it. My gosh, I've put so many hundreds of hours in on this game. But yeah, but that'll be at a future point. Months down the road, probably. We'll get back around to that. And we will look real hard at military buildup with the Warlords expansion. And obviously even eventually diplomacy. I do want to make a diplomatic xenospecies at another point, which will probably be even further down the road. But yeah, over the coming year, we will really dig even deeper into Galciv 4, and we'll do some RP, meaning roleplay heavy playthroughs, where we will drill into these topics that so far I've been hands off. Well, I'm hands off for 2 reasons, because I don't know that much about those categories of diplomacy and ship design, but I want to learn, and I really want to focus in on it without getting too scattered in on this more general playthrough of, this is our initial go with the vanilla version of the game. So that's the future. And finally here we have conscription policy. That's a plus 15% to manufacturing with a -3 approval. That would be for all worlds. That's a pretty good trade-off. You're trading a little bit of approval for a lot of manufacturing. Maybe worth doing. But let's choose a new tech for the time being. Got some nice stuff here. Increase the maximum size of our fleets. Fleet resupply doctrine. That gives us the Integrity Cloud module, right? Plus 50% hit points when inside our own borders. That's nice. Holy shoot, that's really nice. That's a module you'd put on defensive ships, right? Not necessarily your vanguard going out and conquering other Xenos, but your stay behind. Sounds like a very interesting way to specialize your warships into 2 separate categories: defensive versus vanguard. Is vanguard the right word? Right, your vanguard is your foremost fleet, if I'm not mistaken. But I do want that logistics +8, so I think that's worth grabbing onto. Let's see, is anything else at the 1 category? No, just mining missions, and well, you know what we all think about mining missions. They're evil. So we're going to take Fleet Resupply Doctrine, and we'll hit done. We'll have that done in a turn. Look at that, 185 research to complete it, and we are gaining 386. It's perfect. It's like a glove, folks. Like a glove. Where are we at? What else do we got here? Event. Situation report. What's the situation? Our people would like to send a beacon out into the universe, a message to the other starfaring races we will one day meet. What would you like the message to be? Well, we can send a message of peace and hope. So this would increase our traditionalism. Really, I think that would increase our pacifism. That's odd. +3 persuasion, +1 diplomacy bonus, -10% to soldiering. I'm not so interested in that, considering we just invested in soldier research, those troop transports. It's a waste of time. Put the resources towards more practical measures. This gives us a +1 to progressivism and +100 to treasury. I just clapped my hands. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. And finally, send a message telling them to prepare for their eventual enslavement. +1 to nihilism, +1 intimidation, -1 to diplomacy, +10 to soldiering. Should we go that route? Should we start going all? No, I don't want to get that aggressive. Let's just take the money and add 1 to our progressivism. What the hey? And ship idle. What do we got? Yeah, supply ship. Could we dump it into Kratos? Yeah, let's dump it into the Infinite Gardens. Let's get this sucker finished, folks. We want those gardens done. Our people want gardens. And here's another supply ship. Let's dump it in. Boom. Look at that. Infinite Garden will be done next turn. I'm psyched. Ship idle. Another supply ship. Fantastic. Does anyone need help? Does anyone really need help right now? Yeah. Everyone's cooking along pretty nice. Let's send this supply ship over here to Alula Borealis 1. Boom. And we'll advance the turn. Anomaly's already being surveyed. Where? God dang it. That message needs to take you to the anomaly in question. My goodness. What anomaly is that? Here, okay, these guys are surveying. These guys are surveying. I could tell because they have the little survey icon right there. Right there. That tells me. So who is it? Who, what, where? Who, what, where? Over here? Yeah. Where are we at, guys? They're surveying. My God, this is such a pain in my ass. We must have sent one of our ships deep into their territory. Oh, there's a research relic. Unharvested. Shit, I want that. You know what I want to do is I want to get another constructor ship. We put this one in here. I want to get another constructor and park it right here on the border to try and start digging in. I would love to get that research precursor thing done. Where's our fleet? Right here. Ico's fleet. We do in fact have a flagship, and that's what she was going for. No problem. But if we zoom out, we can see there's plenty of other technologies. So let's zoom right in here. Let's go right towards the Altarian homeworlds, and we'll start researching out from underneath them. Here we go. What do we got? Another small flagship fleet, and we'll grab some of our homegrown stuff right there. Boom. We're gonna jump in, start snatching stuff away from the Taurians because we're mean like that. More idle ships. This is a supply ship. Why are you just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere? Oh, that's so weird. I don't understand why they're stuck in this space. Okay, all right, let's send them to Alula Borealis 1. Okay, interesting. By the way, I realized Ptolemon 4 eventually is going to fall under our sphere of influence. You can see the line creeping ever closer, so that will be the next Taurian world to fall under our influence. Here's fleet resupply doctrine. A fleet-based approach to resupply stops treating our space vessels as individuals, but as components of a single entity. This enables economics on scales which will improve our resupply effort and extend the effective range of all our ships. There's your logistics +8. That just relates to how many ships we can put into a single fleet. So yeah, that's like a battleship or two that extra we can squeeze in. I really like that. And currently, our next option for one research is a megalopolis. Increase the number of citizens that can live on our worlds. It gives us a +1 to pop cap, and it gives us the urban planning policy. Yeah, we'll grab it up. We're just gobbling up technologies as fast as we can. New executive order, goodwill tour? Yeah, why not? Here we go. For 30 control, on a 40-turn cooldown, we can get +1 diplomacy. We're going to launch that. Why not? We have more than enough control points, and we have a core world idol. This is Kratos 2. Just finished the Infinite Gardens, if you recall, and they are sitting right there. God dang, that looks amazing. Now, look at what this got us. If you recall, our food was sitting around 32. We're now at 112, folks. Congratulations. We have all the food. We have way more food than we need at this point. So, this is a couple things we should do. We should pluck off some of these farmers. We have 4 farmers on this world. That is so much more than we need. I'm just looking at our 4 farmers, seeing if anyone is particularly gifted. Yeah, intelligence. Let's retrain Eunice here as what? What there's nothing we can do with that surplus food. We don't have a policy to convert it into credits. So let's just make her a scientist. I think she would be a great scientist. Or wait. Train as a bioagriculturalist. Bioagriculturalists boost the world's food and lower its pollution based on their diligence. Oh shit, that's kind of cool. Let's try one of those. It takes a Prometheum into control, but let's do it. I've never had a bioagriculturalist. Let's do it. There we go. We'll close it down, and did it get her? Did it get her done right? Yeah, interesting. I was hoping we'd get maybe a different icon, but it didn't change. However, pollution did drop by 9%. That's massive. Bioagriculturist 9 -9. That's huge, folks. Now, what that did actually is got us even more food because pollution's cut, but it's also going to really help improve our growth rate. Unfortunately, we've lost some pop cap. Why? We're at 13 to 12. I don't understand why that is. Interesting. Don't understand why that is. Well, the Megalopolis technology should help us. We need more housing on this world, though. That does tell us what we want to build up. So, do farmers provide housing? No, they provide such growth, but they don't provide housing. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's do a couple things here. Let's take one of our other farmers and make them a bioagriculturalist. Yeah, let's drive down pollution even more. And that's probably enough. That's probably enough farmers here. Let's switch these other 2 folks. Let's get Ozama and this fellow here, Charles. Let's get them into new jobs, people. What do we want? Science? Shit. I don't know if that's that important. Entrepreneur. That would give us income. Let's see. We're producing 32 manufacturing, which we need a base amount of manufacturing just to develop the world. We can't ever really let that sit. We don't need more research out here. We haven't focused on that. So I say we shift them over to manufacturing, actually. Let's get stuff built up here faster. So you're a worker, and right here. You, Ozami, you're a farmer. No. You are now a worker also. You're not a great worker, but you're going to be a worker. There you go. Squeezing out a bit more on the production side. And, yeah, we're going to lose a pop. I'm bummed about that. We have another farmer here. Let's send this guy off to another world. So your name is Lou. We're going to jump into here, Lou. We're going to select Lou. He's selected. And who needs some extra population? Wow. We don't have a lot of headroom anywhere. Kratos 1, yeah. Let's transport him over. There'll be a little bit of transport time, but it's better than him dying on this world. That's essentially what would happen is he would depopulate. So now that we've kind of messed around with those options, let's think about building up. Oh, we're getting some weird glitches here. Hold on. Click off. Click back. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we want to get more population housing districts built up. But first things first, let's just look across here and see if any of these will yield us housing improvements. Get growth improvements, which isn't a bad idea. No, no housing. I didn't suspect we would find that. But yeah, let's slot a housing district in right here. That'll alleviate our immediate necessities. And then let's do a touch of terraforming here, folks. Where's some areas? Let's do soil engineering here. Terraform there. Gosh. Oh, we have a nice tourism spot right there, which we haven't really optimized for anything. But yeah, let's throw in a couple more. Actually, this will be more surrounded. This is a better spot because it'll be surrounded by 4 hexes, whereas this will only have the 3. So let's get that done. And finally, let's get this habitat done over here because I want to build up something around that tourism. And then we have another housing improvement available. Yeah, there you go. So this will greatly alleviate our housing between these two. Actually, let's shift that over there. There you go. We'll let them rock on that for a little bit. That'll keep them out of our hair. And we have a ship idle. Another supply ship. Fantastic. You are also going to go to Alula Borealis 1. They're currently working on their shipyard. So Alula is hammered through all their buildings very, very fast. I'm actually going to let them sit because I want to get the shipyard done. And I find it fascinating that this is called Continental World. It looks exactly like Earth. That is North and South America. Fantastic. It's a clone of Earth. All right, we have another supply ship ready. I don't want to dump it into Alula, though, because the shipyard will be done next turn no matter what. So let's put it into our housing upgrades. Yeah, there you go. And more idle ships. Does Iconia need help? Sure. We'll dump them into the advanced Techopod hide. And let's look over here at what we're producing. Modules and supply ships across the board. The nice thing is we're going to get another shipyard as soon as Alula's shipyard finishes next turn. So I'm not complaining about that at all. We have another flag fleet. Let's gobble up these technologies, or sorry, these anomalies. They'll handle that. And I really do want an extra constructor. You know who would be able to get me a constructor super fast? The Ico shipyard. I'll jump into there. I'll hit done. They got that supply ship, but you know what? Let's bump that for a constructor first. There we go. Because I do want to send that constructor on to try and claim that research relic. Here we go, though. The Curiosity has a report for us. Abandoned research outpost. Our flagship has discovered an abandoned research outpost in deep space. The outpost appears to have been deserted for quite some time, but the advanced technology inside is still in working condition. Investigate the outpost, retrieve valuable scientific data, plus 25 research. That's nearly nothing at this point. I really think Stardock should take a cue from Stellaris. Stellaris has shifted all of those little rewards to a proportion of your current turn-by-turn reward. So in the case of research, Stellaris would give you 1 turn or 1 month's worth of research, not 25. So instead of being flat, it's associated with what your current level of research is. Stardock should 100% rip that off from Stellaris, because at this point, 25 research is what is 1/8 of our monthly research right now? Come on, that's nothing. It's not even worth having researched that anomaly. We should have just had them doing something else. It's almost has no value to us. But here we go. We're advancing the turn. Let's watch our border here real quick. Oh, no, we're not ready to do that because we have an idle ship. Right here? Where? Sorry, freighter? Where's our freighter? Oh, right here. No? I do apologize. I literally don't see our ship. What am I missing here? Am I missing something? I feel like I'm stroking out here, folks. I don't see an idle ship. Okay. Oh boy. Something is messed up. Something is messed up. What is messed up? Here, can I move the freighter out of there? Yes. Interesting. They weren't. Oh. We may be out of trade licenses. Yes. Interesting. Check it out. So we said we were going to do this. We're 40 minutes into the video, so this is as good a time as any. We have maxed our 10 trade licenses, so that's all the trade routes we can do for now. But yeah, listen, it's generating 99 income, which we're obviously taxing, so we don't get the 99 clear. This isn't awesome, but we're getting either 25 or 33% of that. I can't exactly recall what our tax rate is, but yeah, that's not a bad thing. And you can see these are our outgoing trade routes. So Earth is hitting Toria twice, Argina and Gwei Haifar 2. We have 2 outgoing routes from Kratos 4, 2 outgoing routes from Alulu Borealis 2, 1 from Kratos 1, and another from Kratos 2. So that's nice. We'll hit back. Obviously, over time, these routes will age. They'll become more valuable, theoretically. I'm not going to look into it that much. But yeah, what do we do with this freighter in the meantime? Can we destroy the ship? I would just disassemble the damn thing, to be quite honest. Explore? Oh. We could gift the fleet to them. We don't want to do that. We could refit it. Pass. Go to. Standby. Sentry. No, check this out. These areas are unexplored areas. Let's send our freighter into there. It can scan just like a scout ship. There's no reason it can't do that. Here we go. Incoming message from the Altarian Republic. We wish there was another way, but no other civilization has the wisdom to guide the galaxy as we do. We will show you mercy once you utterly capitulate to us. We are at war. I think you overestimate your wisdom and military might. Holy shit. Uh-oh. It is time for you to stop terrorizing us. We are done having war brought to us. We now bring it to you. We are at war. You will find we're even worse than the Drangan. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wow. And then finally, here's the Festron. They're cool. We, the representatives of the Festron Hunt, reach out to you with a request for your aid in the struggle against the Navigators. Your support would be invaluable. We promise 5,353 credits in compensation for your services. Will you stand with us if we declare war on the Navigators? So check it out. The Altarians and the Taurians just declared war on us. The Festron and the Navigators have not, but the Festron are saying, no. You ally with us, and we'll pay you 5,300 credits. I've never seen that many credits in the game, to be honest, at one time. I'm going to say yes, it is done. The fleets that you have in territory belonging to the Navigators have been relocated outside their borders. Will hit done. I knew we could count on you. Thank you. So this is valuable for 2 reasons. It keeps the Festron from declaring war on us, but it does mean we're now at war with 3 Xeno species, the Altarians, the Taurians, and the Navigators. But you know what? We're kind of at a primacy position in this playthrough. This is going to get a hurry on to everything. It is time for war, folks. It's probably time to pull our flagship fleets out of that sector, or at least get them to the nearest starbase for survivability. And it is time to prepare for war. So, real quickly, Megalopolis. In the early stages of planetary colonization, it's natural for our people to spread out to take advantage of the space in front of them. But by a certain point, economic and networking effects necessitate a bit more density. The Megalopolis is our plan for that. Interestingly, it only gives you a single +1 to pop cap. I think that's a little bit funny. I think it kind of undervalues the term Megalopolis. I think that should be a +3 or maybe even a +5 to pop cap, in my humble opinion. But you know what? I didn't make the game. There you go. And we get the urban planning policy, which yields an additional +2 to pop cap. So maybe when you combine that +1 with those +2, if you were to adopt the policy, that +3, that would be more reflective of a highly, highly densified planet. So I like that. Choose new research. Listen, we're at war. Yeah, there's no time to mess around here, folks. We need weapons. We need armor. Ion pulse cannons, sure, potentially. Improves armor science, yeah. That's a plus 15. Shield enhancements, yeah. It's all good. We want all of it. Let's start with the shield enhancements. Let's grab that first. We're going to chew through all of that, and we're going to very, very carefully make sure that we don't have any of our fleets left in their space. I don't believe we do. Shit. These guys are vulnerable. Oh yeah, that Altaran fleet could smash us heavily. Now, the move for our scout fleet, our flag fleet, is 12. Their move is 12 as well. We're going to retreat them directly away. We're going to head towards Festron territory immediately. All due haste, abandoning that survey project. We're on the run, unfortunately. What else do we have, folks? We have an additional fleet here at the border of Navigator Space. Same situation. Where is our nearest starbase? Down here? Yeah. Let's head for that cultural starbase. What else do we got, folks? This is our freighter fleet. You know what we could do with freighter fleet? We could actually go survey over there in Festron territory, because I don't really care if the freighter gets destroyed or not. Any other fleets in this little area of space? Not particularly. Tell you what I want to do is we have 9 modules. We've only got currently 2 star bases in the hostile sector. So let's make sure we put a couple defensive modules in here. Let's go star-based defensive system. Sure. Boom. Build it. What else do we want? Let's go. These are nice, like, multi-use pieces. We'll get the advanced barrier array. Yeah, let's get some shield strength. Got to be a little careful. We only have so much modules available. And let's do the same down here for this one. We'll jump into this starbase. Let's get them the starbase defense system. Let's get them advanced defenses. Let's get them the barrier array. We just want to make sure these are slightly survivable. And, let's get that Ancient Studies Center. Although that's, I got to be careful. That's not really our priority right now. Are there any other of our star bases in their space? I'm looking very carefully here. Yeah. I mean, listen, this will just make these survivable. It'll give a place for our fleets to take refuge for the time being. I wouldn't mind developing them even more, to be quite honest. Unfortunately, now that the Taurians have declared war, they could theoretically start hitting any of our star bases. I want to sit on top of these modules, and I want to be really careful to watch for their fleets moving in on our star bases. So if I look in here, the nearest star bases, well, listen, we need to retreat all these fleets out, unfortunately. We're going to abandon all these research projects. We're going to get these guys out of here. We'll pull them off back to here. And we'll let these guys finish. Let's see, they're how far away? 1 month remaining. We'll let them finish that one, and then we'll scoot them out up to the top, potentially. We have star bases up here we can defend at. Any other fleets in their space? Right here, we're getting the supply ship out of their space as quick as we can. We'll scoot it on right now. I don't know if they'll be able to get out of there on time. It's claimed by us. Yeah, and then we'll let these modules finish up, but let's go to the forge. We're going to abandon the second module package because we want to get an additional cruiser built. We'll build that cruiser. 8 turns out. You know who else would be perfect is Iconia. You know, they're our main shipyards. These are the guys that should... We're going to actually abandon this constructor. We don't need it anymore because due to the fact that we're at war, we don't want to send that constructor out to go into enemy space. But we can start building prowlers. 6 Illyrium per. Build it. And you see we've already run out of... Unfortunately, we've run out of Illyrium. So what we need to do is jump here into the Galactic Bazaar and start selling off AMAT, selling off Promethean, maybe Techopod hide a little bit. I don't want to go crazy, but yeah, I'm liquidating a few of our resources right now. because I need more Illyrium. Fortunately, it's extremely cheap. We drove down the price by mad degrees. Oh, and we have nearly unlimited capital due to the deal with the Festron. So yeah, here we go. We'll just push this up to, you can see it's not even budging the needle on this, so we might as well just buy. There we go. It just now clicked it over. We'll stop at 56. That should be enough. Let's jump into Lulu Borealis. We'll have them work on a prowler. We will jump into the other shipyard. We'll have them make a prowler. 16 turns out. Yeah, that's a ways to go. It's not great, but yeah, we're taking our time. And let's go back into Iconia and queue up several other cruisers. You can see they can build them so fast. Remember, they're going to have plus 50% to hit points. So they will by far be the most durable of the cruisers of the warships we have available. And we have another supply ship available here at Iconia. We don't need her there. Where should we send her? Who needs help that's close by? I want to make sure that our ships aren't floating around out there vulnerable to being picked off by Xeno fleets. Yeah, let's send them in for the planetary mainframe. There you go. Boom. And at this point, we're going to be doing two things. We're going to be watching for fleets from the Taurians. For instance, right here, there's 12 ships in this fleet. They're marginally threatening. Yeah, they could F some stuff up. So I want to see if they close in on some of our star bases. I actually want to be careful not to lose some of these star bases. Let's go over here. We're going to put in advanced defenses right there. The reason I want to do that is because that's harvesting 2 Promethium. And who is harvesting that thulium? That's a Ptolemy star base. Right there, Ptolemy 1. Yeah. I don't want to lose that thulium, so I'm going to give them the final module for advanced defenses. That's kind of it for now. We're out of modules for the time being. But we have war fleets available at Iconia. What do we have? A significant fleet, actually. Siege, frigate, another siege, another frigate. It's kind of moderate in the Gaze is in there. Not a bad ship. And the Vanguard's in there, which is a cruiser. So let's eject this fleet. Is that all of them together? Let's take a look here. The logistics is at 28 of 34. Got a lot of hit points. It's got a lot of firepower. That's actually a pretty beefy fleet. I like that. And then what do we have sitting here at our shipyard? We have another cruiser, a frigate, and another frigate. I really would like them to help defend this shipyard. It's our most important shipyard, so I'm not going to pull them out of there. I'm going to let them sit pretty, and I'm going to move this fleet forward to where? Let's see here. Let's take a look at these planets. Single tiny fighter defending Titus 4. Titus 1 is defended by a single tiny fighter. So you know what we could do? Let's send the fleet and we will start conquering these worlds. We're going to jump in. We're going to destroy the shipyards first and foremost, actually. Yeah, before we invade, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take out the 2 shipyards, and then we're going to stay out of the range of that military starbase, and we're going to start conquering these 2 worlds. So that's going to be our first target, right there. And they should have no problem doing that. Then we probably want to try and pull together an additional defensive fleet. Now, each of our worlds has at least 1 small defensive ship at it. Listen, they're not really suitable for doing anything more than defending a touch, but as these other fleets finish their research projects, we're going to join them up. So I'm going to have this fleet stand off, actually, at this starbase. Let's start assembling our flag fleets at Deep Space Station Starbase 13 until we can get enough firepower together to make an additional combat fleet. And in fact, I know we were sending this guy off to research. Let's not do that. Let's send them due south. get them out of enemy territory, and then we will have them rendezvous at Starbase 13 as well. So yeah, we're going to start pulling together these ships and try and get a second military fleet going. We'll bring in this Fire Thea fleet as well. When they're done with that research project, we'll send them off to Starbase 13. So Starbase 13 is going to be one of our rendezvous points. Anything else we want to be messing with? You have another supply ship available? Awesome. What are you guys going to do? Let's send you off to Alula Borealis 1 there. And their queue is empty. Let's get the starport dropped in. Look at that, a big +7. That's going to make that shipyard very effective at making warships, even early on in the game, which I like. What else can we do with that? More military production. It's questionable. Let's throw in a little bit of terraforming. We'll build that. We'll build some of this stuff out for the time being. There you go. Yeah, we'll queue all these up. And where's our final spot? Maybe here. Yeah, there you go. So that'll keep them out of our hair for a while. But yeah, with that starport done, they'll be able to work on some military ships for us. They'll be growing slow, though, for the time being, which is okay. I'm debating whether any of our worlds have decent ships. They really just have small frigates, fighters, no cruisers on these. If any of them become threatened, we might pull the frigates together to make a small battle group. But for the time being, I don't think they're really going to be able to aid in the defense of any of these worlds. Although, we're probably going to want to defend these shipyards here pronto, if possible. We have another supply ship completed. What can we work on? We'll just drop them into the soil upgrade there, get that done. Yeah, so we're going to probably want to build an assortment of frigates, possibly, so we can get those ships done faster and defend more. But you know what else we can do? We can draft civilian ships. Let's take that 10% hit to approval. We're going to spend 100 control. And where do our ships show up? Where do they go to? Somewhere. They should have popped out near Earth, possibly. Here we go. This is a frigate, small. And we got 3 of them. Okay. Yeah, that's instantaneous warships. So we're going to send one of them to defend the shipyard here. We're going to send one to rendezvous at Space Station 13. And we're going to send the final one off over towards Alula Borealis' shipyard right there. We're going to start getting all of our shipyards in defensible situations. And as we gain modules, we'll start building up our star bases with minimal defensive capabilities. That looks pretty good. Let's advance our idle ships. Who is this? The frigate? Oh, God, the freighter. You're going to get your ass kicked. Shit, I don't know. Let's pull you back to this star base if you can make it. It's questionable at this point. And we have an event popping up. Lost atmospheric filter. Your flagship captain reports the discovery of a mysterious cargo container floating in the void. Upon inspection, it contains an advanced pollution remover module. Yeah, we'll store that in the vault. Atmospheric cleanser module. And while we're at it, since we've got it, let's use it. Let's look at our pollution. We're going to sort by pollution. You can see Iconia is our most polluted planet at 37. Second to that is Alula Borealis 3. Now, bear in mind, Iconia is mainly inhabited with the Yor, and they're immune to pollution, so we don't really care about them. So we'll hit done. Let's drop it at Alula Borealis 3. They're quite polluted. They could use the help. Yeah, why not? Where is Alula Borealis 3? Right here? Yeah. The pollution sit at 34%. We'll grab the pollution processor, drop it in, and that should drop their pollution down to 24%. Worked perfectly. That's a very nice touch. And bear in mind, we can spawn an Overlord ship right now, which is a cruiser, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to use it yet. I want to wait to see where the Xenos try and hit us, and we'll try and spawn it on demand at the necessary moment. We should also pay attention over here to see if any of the navigators move on us or the Altarians. Let's advance the turn. Shit, there's a supply ship. Taurians are going to crush her. Quick battle. We don't need to watch that. Yeah. So they jumped in right there. We didn't. Actually, that may have been the fleet of 12. You see how they've disappeared? That may be the Taurian fleet right now. Shield enhancements completed. That's an instantaneous 10% bonus to our shield strength. We'll take it. What else do we want, folks? The other thing I wanted was improved armor science. Yeah, we want that big 15%. Let's grab it. We'll have it in 2 turns. I think that's about the quickest technology we can gain for the time being. And we have additional leaders? Whoa. Okay, these guys are just kind of sitting fallow. Good leaders. Like, look, WIJH would actually be a great commander for a ship with 10 diligence and 13 resolve, and also here 13 and 12. So we've got some very good commanders possible. But with no ships for them to command, it's not too big of a loss. Listen, these commanders are actually reasonably decent. These aren't great numbers, but it's not too bad. So I'm not going to switch anybody out for the time being. Anything else we could do with them? Yeah, let's take Jennifer. We'll put her in with the Festron Hunt as a diplomat. That's where these guys came from. These were the diplomats we had in with these other nations we're now at war with. But yeah, let's keep improving relations with the Festron for the time being. Jennifer will be perfect for that. We don't have any governor positions, and we don't have any additional ministerial positions. Production is the only one we haven't unlocked. But otherwise, no one is that stellar. It looks like we have the right person in the right jobs for the time being. So I'm very satisfied with that. So for these guys are going to sit there. Nothing else they can do for the time being. But yeah, we have an Overlord ship. So I would question, where is the Taurus Fleet 9 going to go to? Listen, they have 57 hit points, and their offensive capability is 13. Doesn't seem like very much. God, it seems like they have a lot of shit. What is that, an average? Why is that not higher than 13? It must be an average for them, for the whole fleet. These are small ships, frigates. Frigates are small, tiny fighters. Frigates. Yeah, they took out a supply ship, but I almost wonder if... Well, no, the Defender couldn't take them on alone, but once the Heka fleet is with them, that's probably more firepower than we need. Check this out. Let's eject this fleet. Let's spawn our Overlord fleet right here. That's a beefy cruiser. Let's join them up. Now, this fleet has 120 hit points, 101 offensive capability, 64 defensive. That fleet looks like it should be able to smash that fleet. Now, it's saying no, we would take heavy casualties. Total loss for them. Ew. I don't want to take heavy casualties. Why? I'm surprised, though. Why would that be so efficacious for them? They seem so feeble compared to us. They're 58, 56. So 58 offense, 56 defense, 57 hit points. I look at our fleet, we're at 101. We have way more offense, even more armor, and a lot more hit points. Possibly because they're defending in their own space. Yeah, I bet you that is it. Let's jump up here real quick. Let's look at the Taurians. And Taurians are unwavering, if you recall. What that does is it gives them resistance to rebellion. Huh. Doesn't really seem like it gives them bonuses to warfare. But since we are at war, let's not forget about our policies. Currently, we have been geared up for economic and cultural development. Let's re-gear our policies for warfare. There's no reason we should put ourselves at a disadvantage. So, that being said, let's look across real quickly. Influence growth. Well, we don't need influence growth as much right now. We could get rid of that. I don't want to take a minus 20%. I'd rather give up some movement. So experimental drives needs to go away. With what? Defensive measures? Yeah. Extra hit points in trade-off for ship range? Yes. There you go. There's one. What else can we get rid of right now? Well, genetic manipulation is pretty good. Planetary Stimulus, pretty good. Population boom? Yeah, we could get rid of that. We could eat that. So what would we put in there? Conscription, it's not really going to help us that much. Well, I mean, it would help us. Manufacturing would actually be good. But what do we have for ships specifically? Protect the planet. No, that's not what we want. Prototype defense. Yeah, I would take that. Let's drop prototype defense in over population boom. Now, bear in mind, we did take an approval hit. That's not great. But we can survive that. We're at war. Economic development. That's a static +2 to wealth. Let's pull that out. We have enough overhead. Plus, we have a massive surplus in our piggy bank. So we could go into negatives for a while if we had to. Like, we could go to low tax rate and eat that for a while we're fighting the war to try and get the extra approval. Potentially, we could do that. Let's take a look at this real quick. What else could we put into our ships? Not urban planning. Starship specifications. That's -5% to manufacturing, plus 20% hit points. We also have shipyard stimulus. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the bonus to our hit points. That drops us to a -53%. Listen, I'm looking at per 1,000 credits. That's roughly 20 turns. That's why we can eat that big negative. What else could we get rid of? I don't want to get rid of planetary stimulus. I want planetary stimulus. Let's get rid of cultural values. So what would be either get a shipyard stimulus or overall manufacturing stimulus? Right here. Big 20% to shipyard at a -5 to military or to income. Yes. We drop it in. That only costs us 1 income for right now. I'll take that. Now, granted, that was a big hit to our influence, but we're not gonna win the war with influence. We're gonna win the war with invasion. So that makes sense. Anything else that's gonna boost our ability to produce? Because we could get rid of, well, not planetary stimulus. The last thing we can really swap out would be genetic manipulation. Yeah, we could lose that growth. We can lose that intelligence and go full war economy. So what would we switch out for that? Right there, that's a -3 to approval, plus 15 to manufacturing. Experimental drives, no. Foreign dumping, no. Free media, free trade. Genius grants, part of the empire, no. Infrastructure support. So look, infrastructure report is a less good version of, of conscription. Plus 15% to manufacturing, -3% approval on all worlds, whereas infrastructure support would be 10% manufacturing, -10% income, and the manufacturing bonus does not apply to the home world, which in this case may be Iconia and Earth, so we wouldn't want that. Let's just check real quick before we make our final decision. No. Protect the planet, no. Security lights, no. That relates to crime. So yeah, that's it. We want to run conscription over genetic manipulation. Holy cows. So we've lost influence, we've lost income, we've lost approval. We've taken hits to all those, but in general, we've boosted the hit points and so much more. We've gained manufacturing, we've gained hit points, we've gained military output, we've gained additional manufacturing, we've gained shield, armor, and evasion bonuses toward the defense of our ships, and we've gained additional hit points. So now, if I look at this fleet, it's at 175 and 19 offensive average. Oh, it's not. Hold on. Come on. Oh, it's not recalculating that. That's a bummer. I wish you would instantly readjust. That small flagship, the Perseverance, is pretty tough. 66 hit points. Frigate, cruiser. You guys want to go to war? Yeah. I think on our next playthrough, we're going to send this ship fleet into combat and wipe out the Taurus 9 fleet. Actually, let's do it right now, folks. Let's just bite the bullet. Let's go to war. We'll take moderate casualties. They'll have a total loss. The only ship I really don't want to lose is the Perseverance, but she's pretty tough with 66 hit points. We can afford to lose the regular Defender, that cruiser, the Paladin, and the Cutter. They're all generic warships. Let's watch the battle, and this will end our playthrough for today. at the summation of this battle. As you can see, our 4 ships spreading out here. And we should be able to take out these small ships quite easily. Let me click on one. Come here. Come here, you. Damn, they're getting murked too fast for me to even see. They did take out one of our smaller ships immediately. Oh, there we go. So their idea of moderate casualties was simply losing the defender, which was a frigate, no big loss. Let's scan over our other ships real quickly. Paladin has had no damage. Perseverance, no damage. The cutter took moderate damage, but she's a small frigate. Total victory. Yeah, we lost 1 ship, so we destroyed 8 of theirs. We'll hit done. And with any luck, I was going to say that broke the back of their offense, but it's not quite that simple. I see they did, in fact, slip the Taurus 5 fleet out. I'm not exactly sure where she's headed to. But before we wrap on this, I just want to check real quick. Toria has 2 small ships defending. The Deep has 1 small ship defending. The shipyards in military bases don't have anything. Tolemon 4 has a small ship defending. I see a couple warships over here. A decent-sized fleet coming in. Shipyard has some probes. Those are useless. Titus has a small ship. Titus has a small ship. So they only really have 2 functional war fleets, folks. They have Fleet 5 and they have Fleet 2. If we can crack those, that's kind of it. Geez. Should we intercept their fleet right now? Yeah. Here, this can't. Check this out. Before we attack, we will send in a missile volley, and we destroyed 1 of their 3 ships, and we'll do a beam volley. There you go. They're down to 2 ships. Now we will pounce upon them. We'll watch the battle. This will be a complete ass whooping. So we're liquidating their offensive capability. Now, our siege ships are in the fight. They won't be able to fight back, but they could act as a damage sponge potentially. I don't think we'll need it. You can see we're going to take out these ships of theirs. They'll probably never take out even one of our ships, if I'm not mistaken. If I click on her, oh, shit, she's really hard to click on. No, fight was over too fast. I was clicking, left clicking, trying to get a shot, but there you go. No casualties. None of our ships were even really destroyed. You can see their health bars here. We'll hit done, and at that point, we will send this fleet on to attack the shipyard. There's nothing to even watch. We'll just do a quick battle. There you go. And we'll take on this shipyard. Quick battle. No casualties expected. There you go. And as long as we stay out of range of that military starbase, which could be quite dangerous, we should be fine. But which of these 2 worlds is easiest to roll? Let's take the core world of Titus 1. I see her planetary defense is sitting at 346 or 342, whereas Titus 4 is at 173. So let's invade. Here, quick battle. There's a small, tiny fighter there. We destroy it, and finally, we invade Titus. 3 months. Since we have so many siege ships in there, we will conquer this world in 3 months. We'll hit done. So that's going to be ours very, very quickly. So the final fleet to consider then really is Taurus Fleet 5. I don't think they could take us on. Let's see if I click our fleet and I compare to theirs. Heavy casualties for them, total loss for us. They could come at us. But we can withdraw. Oh, yes. Check this out. We have a little bit of movement left. We will retreat to Starbase 1. That should keep them from sneak attacking us. Hiding in that mining station. And actually, while we're there, yeah, let's take advanced defenses. Let's take a barrier array. We'll stop there. That should give us enough defenses within the Starbase as well as our ships to prevent Fleet 5 from sneak attacking us there. So we're rapidly liquidating all the Taurian defenses. I think that's enough for today, folks. That's an hour and 15. Things are getting exciting, though. Yeah, we're just gonna we're gonna take all these shipyards and repurpose them to either modules to beef up star bases or warships. We're gonna pretty much stop on supply ships. Here, this one included. Let's get the Prowler 2 out. We'll throw a couple Prowlers in there. Get done. There you go. All those cruisers, as well as an assortment of siege ships, are going to start conquering world after world. So this is kind of it. We're going to make sure to try and keep our fleets alive over here as best we can by having them hunker down in these star bases till the conflict is over. If you watched, thank you so much. And when we return next week, there will be war. Pretty much non-stop war. And we're going to take out the Navigators, take out the Taurians, and eventually probably take a crack at the Altarians. Take care, folks.